It's not for everybody. I can tell you that right now. Mom, I need you to be mom right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need the love, mom, just love them. It kind of taught me that I'm not going to be the best player on every team. My time is not God's time. First of all, some of these circuit teams are getting busted by teams that, are you sure that, like, you are built for this? I left when I absolutely had to leave. Hey, I busted her. She got O's and I don't, But trust, like, I had my days where it was like, all right, like, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, everything's gonna fall into place. So tell younger players this. Coaches do have favorites. I call him dad. Like, that's my guy. That's my rock. But all he will ever really say is, I got you. But I'll be honest. Every coach will try to tell you the dream. Don't quit. Don't give up.
You dropping a lot of gems. I just want to let you know.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? People know you're good, but a lot of people think you're not good. Top wants to today, so you're going to get up and you're going to do it. Oh, my baby. Let the coaches coach. Like, yes, like, you'll get that green light as it comes.
Did you know that I have 2 books? One called The Little Girl with Big Dreams. It's about an ambitious little girl who overcomes every no to say yes to her dream. The other is called Changing Lanes. It teaches you about the things that you learn from sport and how it translates to life after sport. Be sure to check these out at itsjustdifferentpod.com. Let's get to the episode.
Welcome to It's Just Different Podcast, where we bring on people who have been where you're trying to go and or have helped countless athletes get there. Today, we have a special person. It is actually our first current athlete. I've been waiting to get a current. I've just been waiting on it for a little bit to bring on the current players. But she asked, and I said yes. And this is somebody I cannot wait for y'all to hear from Austin, Texas, currently playing at the next level. And again, like I said, our first current player. So I'm going to bring her on and she's going to introduce herself to y'all. What up?
What's going on? I'm happy to be here.
Y'all, we got Aaliyah in the building. We have Aaliyah in the building. I just want to say I have been watching this kid play since she was a youngin'.
Facts.
Youngin. How you doing? What's going on? What's up in your world right now?
It's good. I just got back from a game about less than 15 minutes ago. Hop straight on, chat with you. So I'm just excited. I've watched a few episodes with some of my favorite players that have kind of helped me pave the way. So I'm just happy that I could get on here and share that stage with them.
I love it. And I'm glad we was able to do it. Y'all, it's 11:15 right now.
Facts. Late.
I'm glad that you was able to hop on. You just said you just finished playing. Where are you at right now?
I'm currently at New Mexico JuCo in college, chilling in the nice JuCo dorm. But I wouldn't trade it. I love where I'm at. I'm happy. So
I want to get straight to that. JuCo. I don't think a lot of people know. I think it's a little bit different now, but I still think that a lot of people don't really know about JuCo, or honestly, in my opinion, frown upon JuCo a little bit. What are some things you can tell us about the JuCo life?
It's not for everybody. I can tell you that right now. It's hard. It's not as, glamorous as maybe the D1 life, but it's definitely a great route to get to where you want to go. Coming out of high school, we all have the D1 dreams, and people think like to go D1, I have to start D1, and that isn't necessarily the case. I picked up some D1 offers this year, so I'm still, can live out my D1 dream. But I kind of, out of high school, I only had D2 and JuCo offers, and I knew like at the end of the day, I wanted to be a D1 player, and I know it's harder to kind of transfer from a D2 to a D1. So I bet on myself, which is not easy for everybody. It's hard. You have days where it's like, did I make the right decision? But, as time goes on, I still have those days with my offers. I still have the days where it's like, okay, like, are you sure that like you are built for this? Like, it really is different. But I love it. And it's cool now, I think, to see there's a lot of really, really, really good players that are in JuCo. A lot of D1 players have went JuCo, especially after the whole transfer portal mess. They went in and couldn't get out and had to go JuCo for a year, but it's different. I love it though.
A lot of people don't understand. It's some hoopers. Playing JuCo.
Like, so my last year team in McLennan, I played with Chelsea Wooten, which is probably one of the most crafty guards I ever played with. She went to Charleston, and then she went to UIW, and then um, came over to McLennan, and now she's hooping in Western Carolina. She's great. And then a lot of my teammates last year have D1 offers, bounce backs, all kinds of stuff. I played some dogs where it was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
snap, like we're gonna have to box someone, do whatever we can. Don't let them catch it, man. Like it gets
That's a
real.
fact. That's a fact. I want to take us back a little bit. We went straight into JuCo.
Mm-hmm.
From Austin, Texas. Who did you play AAU with?
So I played my 7th grade summer and 8th grade summer with Clarissa Davis. Many people don't know that, but I had some big shoes to fill. Kyra and Caprice played for her.
Mm-hmm.
She's a legend. And then I went to Drive Nation from my freshman year to my junior year, but I ended up finishing my junior year with Jason Terry.
Why
Mm-hmm.
was there a switch in different teams?
So Coach Clarissa, she retired after our year. So I had to go find a new team. And EYBL, I mean, it was big, but it wasn't like the biggest thing in the world yet. But my freshman year, I went over there. It was a brand new team with Drive Nation. And then we had a coaching change at Drive Nation. And then Coach Jason Terry, he was like, yeah, I want you to play for me. And I went with him and lit it up.
Yeah. Now, I think that there's a lot of conversation a lot of times of like kids team hopping or kids staying where they don't need to be. Like, what is your advice, just from your experience of playing on multiple teams, finding a fit, etc.? Like, what would be your advice to kids now?
So personally, I'm not very big on like transferring and granted I'm a transfer, but coincidentally, but transferring and team hopping. I left when I absolutely had to leave. Like I'm
Mm,
sure there were situations that happened that was like, oh, we leaving, we getting up out of here, and that was never. My mom never encouraged that. Sean never encouraged that. Of course, shout out Sean, but of course we've had situations where hey, like if you need to, but it was also it was always if you need, not if you want. Like of
mm-hmm.
course growing up, of course, like coaches make you mad every day. Okay, like it's easy for us to up and leave now just because there's so many options, but I don't encourage it at all. Like it always got to a point where it's like, hey, like you have to find a new team. Then it was like, oh, okay, like
Yeah.
I'll come around, but it was never my first choice ever to leave anywhere.
Right. I like that you just said like now kids can up and leave because it's so many options. We were
Mm-hmm.
actually just talking about on a live, like I don't know, I want to get your opinion. We was talking about on the live that there are too many circuit teams, right? And
Facts.
I think that that is why Texas, like it's so much talent in Texas. I feel like we got all the talent, but they are spread out on so many teams, so it's gonna be hard. And yes, I know Cypher did it last year or year before. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was last year. But I feel like it's so hard for Texas to really go and dominate because all the kids are on so many teams. Like, do you feel like it's too many circuit teams, or what's your thoughts on that?
First of all, some of these circuit teams are getting busted by teams that aren't on a circuit daily. So I don't really think the circuit stuff matter. Like, yes, it's cool to be EYBL, it's cool to be like cool Adidas, Under Armour, all that stuff, but I wouldn't say that that's like the end all be all. But yeah, like you said, like there's just so many options and they're everywhere. Like my freshman year, it was us, Pro Skills, and Cypher in Dallas, and that was it. Like Dallas to Houston, but so it was crazy. Like looking back at the photos, Jazz Shavers that's hooping at Texas Tech right now. Deja Kelly was on that team. Myra Gordon was on that team.
Oh,
Yeah, Zayla who went to USC and then went JuCo was on that team. Like there were some real killers. Like
hmm,
I could go on for days if I put up the photo and tell you where everybody went. On the 16U team that I was on, Ayanna Thompson, who's at Ole Miss, Kirsten Johnson, who's at
oh
Oklahoma.
yeah,
Like, yeah, like it was some killers, but we didn't really have no choice but to all be on the same team. Like, and I feel like it made the difference too. Like, you had to understand how to play with other dominant players. Now,
sure.
I can go to a different circuit team where the kids really ain't that good, and then I'm the best player, and you get to college and you like, oh snap, like she can hoop too. She can hoop too. Like it's different now. It's way different.
Right,
And
and
I know
that's
it's different too. Like from I kind of got to see the both eras, like
mm-hmm.
Caprice and Kyra and them, where it was Caprice, Kyra, Katrina, like all of them played on that one team, and they were all really good. To where it was like, okay, like now AU not that competitive just because it's one good player on every team. Like it's different. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just imagine if Katrina was on one team, Japrice was on another team, Kyra was on another team. Like, that was my point of like where I feel like it's hard to compete because like it's talent, but they spread out on 10 different teams.
it's one on one. It's
Yeah.
one on one every game. Like you got the people like know this, but like Caitlin Clark, her teammates knew like okay, like this is Caitlin's show. I'm going
Yeah.
here to play with Caitlin. You know what I'm saying? They didn't go like it's you got Kyra, Japrice, and Katrina. Caitlin's shooting 28 balls a game. You know what I'm saying? Kyra had to shoot 10, Japrice had to
Right.
shoot 10, Katrina had to shoot 10, and that's just how it was. That's how it is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like that anymore. So
Yep. What would you say is the biggest lesson you learned from playing AAU?
Um, it's hard, but I would say like personally, like my AU years, it kind of taught me that I'm not gonna be a best player on every team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I played on teams with other really really good players, so I had to kind of learn. Every night isn't gonna be my night.
Mm-hmm.
Every game, especially you playing 4 or 5 games a day. If you think that you about to go get 30 every game, that's just not happening. Like I had to kind of learn like okay, like this game is gonna be a game where I'll just have to rebound and I'll have to be okay with maybe having 5 to 10 points, but rebounding the ball really well. And I'm gonna have games where hey, I'm gonna need you to knock down every shot you take. You're not gonna get many. Then I had games where it's like, hey, you got the green light. Like this game is yours. So
Mm-hmm.
that was my biggest thing with AAU, just because I played with really really good players like my
Right.
whole.
Now you talked about now you have D1 offers. And I think you said it when you were in high school, you didn't have any D1 offers. So I want you to kind of talk about that a little bit because I feel like that's a lot of kids. Like a lot of kids are afraid to go or think that they're not as good if they got to go D2 or if they got to go JuCo. They want the D1 right now. I know even for you, I'm pretty sure like there was thoughts in your minds, like in your mind of like, dang, like I don't have this. How did you navigate playing all these years? And I would probably say, especially young, like you was one of the top kids around. Like, how did you navigate like playing all these years AAU and you get to your senior year, you see all these kids signing, going out to school, and you don't have what you want or what you would have wanted initially?
You can ask anybody in my support system. I've broke down to Kyra about it. I broke down to Sean about it. My mom, like I've had nights where it was like I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm.
And that's just how it is. And I feel like a lot of people won't admit that, especially because like you said, like I was supposed to be the one. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would, like anybody knows, like middle school, all the way, like probably from about 7th grade all the way up to about my freshman sophomore year. Like like I was that. So when it starts happening, you looking around like like hey, I busted her and she got O's and I don't, and it was just kind of like I had to kind of learn to have faith and confidence in myself. I trust my work, and I knew like okay, it may not be now, but my time is not God's time. At the end of the day, I really had to like learn, like even now I'm still working on my faith because it gets tested
Yeah.
daily, especially in like this world where like social media is so big and you have to watch people that you feel like you may be better than get more than you, but like everything isn't gonna happen on my time. But I just have to trust the fact that I did my work early and I still continue to work. So everything that I'm working for, I'm gonna get it eventually. If it's right now, if it's 2 weeks from now, a year from now, months from now, like. But trust, like I had my days where it was like, all right, like my mom, Aaliyah, you need to get him lunch. I'm not going.
Mm.
I don't want to play no more. I quit. I could probably pull up messages from beginning of the season where I was like, hey mom, like I'm coming home. And she's like, nah, you guys stick it like, and that's just how it is. I can tell you, like I'm very honest. I'm honest with my coaches. I'm honest with everybody around me. Like still, beginning of the year, I was like, mom, I'm coming home.
And why was that?
I was in a slump, so it was hard for me. When I first got to school, I tore my quad. I had
Mm-hmm.
to sit out all the jamborees. Tot had passed away.
Mm-hmm.
I had to stay
R.I.P.
here.
Tatiana.
Yeah, shout out Tot as my baby forever. Everything I do is for her now. But I missed her funeral.
Mm.
Then when I did come back, I was ruled ineligible by the NJCAA over paperwork stuff with the transfers, and I was just like, "Yo, like I can't catch a break." So then when I did start playing, it's like I forgot how to play. So I'm
Mm.
playing bad, and it's just like, "Yo, like I don't know if I'm built for this." But then I kind of have to remember, like, you are who you think you are. Like you're okay. Just it'll come. Like, and that's my advice to everybody. Like after me, it'll come. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to come. It may not come when you think it's gonna come, or when your mom thinks it's supposed to come, or your dad. You are gonna have a lot of the trainers, the coaches in your ear. You got it. No, just if you doing what you're supposed to do, everything's gonna fall into place. So
Yeah. You are who you think you are. That's gonna be the title of this. I like that.
yeah,
That's the
facts.
title. So I want to kind of stay on this just a little bit because I feel like you are going to help so many high school athletes currently. Like you're going to help so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
Who was you talked about Sean? If anybody doesn't know, Sean is Ball Hard, located in Austin, Texas. Shout out to Sean and shout out to Ball Hard.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was your trainer, and it sounds like your mom was very, very supportive. I don't know who else was like in your support system, but what were they telling you? Like your senior year, you done finished high school. Uh, you don't have a D1 offer. What are
Mm-hmm.
they telling you, and what is going through your mind currently in that moment? Like I know you talked about like wanting to give up, but what was the process that got you from no offer, no D1 offer, sorry, no D1 offer to going to McLennan was the first one you went to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What was that process like in making that decision to go there?
Mm-hmm. So as I got older, I kind of had to tell mom like, Mom, I need you to be mom right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need the love, mom, just love on me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And my mom never missed a high school game, regardless of how she felt, what she was dealing with, long days of work. She always showed up. So I feel like sometimes it wasn't always necessarily about what she was telling me, but what I saw from her. Like, if my mom's not taking a day off and supporting me, how can I take a day off and trying to get what she's supporting me to do, you know? And of course, like we had days where we went back and forth. Everybody know, like if you know me and my mom, like that's my best friend. So of course, like we have days where we got into it. And I'm like, Mom, like I can't. She's like, okay, you can. Maybe not right now, maybe not today, but you can. So take your moment. I'll let you be, you know, annoying and difficult, but you know, like you're okay. And when it came to me and Sean, um, I call him dad. Like that's my guy, that's my rock. But all he will ever really say is, "I got you.
Mm.
Don't worry about it. I got you." Like I go in there and I lose it. Like whenever I pick up the phone, I'm crying. I don't have nothing. I don't know what to do. I feel like I've done everything I could do, and he would just say, "I got you." Like, do you trust me? Yes, I trust you. Okay, then why are you acting like that? And that'd be it. Like I never really questioned him, and still today, like I'm waking up in the morning and I'm in a group chat with a new coach. Hey, coach, this is Aaliyah. Da da da. I trained her. This is what she's doing right now, and it's like wow, like everything he said, he had me, and he had like I'm where I'm supposed to be right now. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. So you get to McLennan. Or why did you choose McLennan out of did you have other JUCOs in D2?
A few later, like so, Coach Thomas recruited me at McLennan, um, and we just had a really good like bond. But anybody that knows me, like I'm big on like relationships with my coaches and relationships, period.
Mm-hmm.
And like what kind of stuck out to me is like we would sit there and chat about shoes all day. You know what I'm saying? It was never really about basketball. I would be like, oh, we chat about shoes. Oh, this just dropped. Hey, should I buy these? Like, and then I went on my visit. I loved it there, and then I chose McLennan. So.
And was that the only offer? Or did you have others?
Uh, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember. I know
Okay.
like other JUCOs have reached out. I can't tell you like exactly what offers I had. It's my
Yeah.
third time process. So.
Third time going through the process. What have you learned during each of these times?
First of all, this is stressful. I don't know if this is stressful, but I love it, and I've kind of learned not to call anybody out, but I'll be honest. Every coach is going to try to sell you the dream, so
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of learned how to what to see through, what's genuine and what's not. Like what is just stuff that they have to say, and like what are they doing? Like what's the extra stuff that like you look for and you like, oh yeah, like this is somebody I can really like build with and have a bond
Mm-hmm.
with, and I'll continue to interact with throughout my process.
You dropping a lot of gems. I just want to let you know.
Oh, you
You
know what I'm
know,
saying? Like, yeah, man.
you are going to help so many people. Like you really are. This is good. I'm really just sitting back, just listening and taking it all in because I think kids need to hear it. I've brought on obviously former players, coaches, all of these different people to give information, but it's nothing like hearing somebody that's currently.
Did you know that I have two books? One called The Little Girl with Big Dreams. It's about an ambitious little girl who overcomes every no to say yes to a dream. The other is called Changing Lanes. It teaches you about the things that you learn from sport and how it translates to life after sport. Be sure to check these out at itsjustdifferentpod.com. Let's get to the episode.
In it,
Hmm.
right? Like you are currently in it, and I think it's what kids need to hear. So,
Hmm.
so I'm just loving it. I'm loving it.
I'm just
Um,
happy to be. I'm excited. I'm excited.
why did you end up leaving McLennan?
Coach Brock left.
Okay,
He got the
that's what I
head coach
figured.
job. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. And why did you choose New Mexico?
It sound bad, but I watched them win our regional tournament, and I watched them play, and I was like, yo, they're raw. And it sounds crazy. If you can't beat them, join them. I'm playing. But no, like I saw they actually recruited me out of high school,
Yeah.
and I really did. Like I didn't give them much time because it was in New Mexico. I wanted to stay as close to home as I could. But I watched them win a regional tournament. I watched them play, and it just seemed like watching Coach Mefford coach. Of course, I didn't know him then. He was real passionate, but also real laid back at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And now I can just tell I made the right decision. Our personalities mesh very well. We get along very well. I talk to him, spend most of my day with him, so I just feel like I made the right decision.
Yeah. And I don't know what the locker rooms and dorms and all that look like, but y'all have nice gyms. So I went to South Plains
Oh yeah,
and
oh yeah.
we played
Plus them
obviously.
this year too, by the way. Shout out South Plains. Shout out South Plains. But just because we went there, I had to throw that in there.
How are they doing this year? Like I feel like it's been up and down. Like some years they've been
Mhm.
really good and some they struggling. What they like this year?
So our conference this year is really, really, really good. So record wise, they're having like a rough year, but they gave us a really, really, really tough game, a really tough game, and they'll be good. You know, they'll be fine. They'll be
Yeah.
fine. The record may not show up, but they're good.
And where y'all currently sitting at?
So right now we're tied for first in conference. Our only loss is to Odessa, but we beat them. So, and then we're number 8 in the country, I believe, right now. So,
Let's
you
go.
know, we
Let's
ring chasing
go.
right now. Yeah.
So you done went from no offers
Mhm.
to a few or one or two or whatever, a few
Mhm.
to JuCo to
Mhm.
now D1 offers.
Mhm.
What has that feeling been like?
It's honestly surreal. Like it's a blessing. I remember Morehead State was my first D1 offer, and I remember calling my mom and like I got for my mom and I cried.
Mm,
She probably know I cried because high school I dealt with a lot of injuries. I dealt with my mental health. I lost Todd early in the year, so it was just hard. Like like those days that you're like I can't do this, and then you finally get it, everything that you've been working for. It's like wow, like, and it felt just as good as I imagined it would feel. Like
oh, that
it
just
was
gave
just
me
like dang.
chills.
It's different. Like it's really crazy. Like when you chase something for so long, and then like you said, like I don't want to keep forcing this, but like I was supposed to be really, 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 really good. So then, like, you have the people who support you, of course, that are like, oh yeah, this kid's gonna be really good, and you have the people that are like, why are we hyping her?
Yes.
Why she's not? She don't have no D1.
She
She's not
overrated. She did.
right.
She,
You
yeah.
always hear what you like, what you're not. So that, and then that kind of starts to like wear on like who you think you are. And then
Mhm.
like when I finally got it, like I said earlier, like okay, maybe like I am who I think I am.
Mhm.
Like it just kind of solidified the fact that like everything, like Sean saying, "Hey, I got you." My mom said, "Hey, like you can do this." Like, all the guidance from Kyra, all the guidance from Caprice, like all the support I've ever had, like it was worth something. It was all
Yeah.
worth something.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, my school paid for. My mama, I'm starting life with no debt. My mom don't gotta pay nothing, so I'm good,
I love
regardless.
it. I love it. And I do want y'all to know, and I want you to keep saying it because one, I appreciate you for being able to tell your story. Like some people, they want to keep some of that to themselves, or they don't want to look as if, oh, I didn't make it, or this and that. So I
Mhm.
definitely appreciate you telling it. And y'all, she right. Like Aaliyah was that kid. Like she was that player. And I know as a just personally, like I know how that could have just took a toll on you. Like walking in the gym, like knowing that you was that player. And like you said, you got certain people, like it's almost like you hear the whispers, like
Exactly.
of being overrated. Or even you just seeing, like you just said earlier, like kid A getting these offers, kid B getting these offers, and you used to be the one killing those kids.
Right, right. Like it's tough, but I like, and I'm very open about my mental health too. Like it took a toll on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would go into the gym all day, and then like like Naya and Tot and them, like I'm trying to guide them and kind of show them the way, and then I go home at the end of the day, and I'm like, yo, like how am I trying to help them and I'm not even where I'm supposed to be? Like that was always my biggest thing with Sean. Like I always felt like I wasn't where I was supposed to be. Like I felt
Mm-hmm.
like I was behind. Like um Coach Clarissa, it was hard for me too. Like with Kyra, Coach Clarissa, she never really wanted to deal with anybody younger, and I started playing with her. I was 12, 13 years old, and the only player she ever did that with was Kyra. And
Mm-hmm.
if you know Kyra is her. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of the best players I've ever been able to just spend time with and be around. So it was like I felt like I always had big shoes to fill, and I could never like not that I couldn't be myself, but I knew what I was chasing, and I knew how I was supposed to be based on like other people's thoughts and perception of me. But like I just never felt like okay, like yes, they say I'm really good, but are you really that good? Because you don't have nothing to show for it. Like I've never won.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never won that district championship. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
McLennan, we didn't win conference last year. We didn't win regionals last year. We got there, so like this is my first time being in a position of like winning ever, and it feels like wow, like, and I still have my moments now where it's like yo, like you still not where you're supposed to be. Like,
Mm-hmm.
granted, I have the offers, and I don't want to sound greedy, but like you can have the world. Like I always tell myself, like you can have more. You can have more. Like don't get complacent. Like keep going. So I still have my days and my moments where it's like, hey, like you're not where you're supposed to be. But I just kind of changed the way that it's not so negative now. It's more like
Right.
a taste thing. Like hey, you can, not like a hey, you're not.
Yes, I love it. I love it. You talked about injuries. Hold on, let me fix that real quick. You talked about injuries.
Mhm.
What were some of the injuries you had
Where do we start? Th-
from the beginning? Where
so
was it?
so so last year was actually my first season since about the seventh grade that I played a full season without missing game due to injury.
Wow.
And not people would know that. So like a lot of times when people are like, "Oh, she's not that good," that was one of Sean's things too. Be like, "Hey, Aaliyah, your body has never made it through a season. So
Yeah.
imagine what you can do, and you've done a lot. So imagine what you can do if you make it through a season." But so I've had 3 surgeries now. I broke my right leg twice. My senior year, mind you, these are all injuries I played on. So um, my first ever surgery was just a scope my freshman year. So I came back from that. It was supposed to be like a 6 to 8 week surgery. I came back from that in 4, played. Um, then I don't even remember my sophomore year. I think I broke my foot. No, that was I'm telling you about the timeline all messed up. I know I broke my foot. I played on it. I broke my leg. I played on it. My junior summer, in around like March where like we were playing in like some like scrimmages or something like that. I broke my leg and tore my PCL. I made it back to play in July for Jason Terry. Um, I fractured my navicular in my foot, which is the arch in your foot. So I had to wear like it looked like an ankle brace, but it was like a bone stimulator. I had to wear that for like 8 hours of the day for 4 months straight. I've done some unbelievable. I tore my MPFL my senior year, played on it. Like I've done some stuff that is like when you really break it down and think about it, there's no way I'm still walking around and moving, and I wake up, my knees is cracking and stuff. But hey, we good now. We making it right now. We making it.
Wow.
Yeah,
What kept you motivated?
that's a great question. Like looking back on it now, I don't know how any sane person would have called it quits. But I felt
Mhm.
like I think a lot of it, what kept me going was knowing, okay, like people know you're good, but a lot of people think you're not good.
Yeah.
So now what? Like what means more to you? You know, like I thought it meant a lot more to me that people didn't think that I could. So I always had like that push to like, okay, like you need one more game to go prove yourself. Okay, you
Yeah.
need one more game to go prove yourself. You need one more game to go prove yourself. Like that's how I go into every game now. So like when I get hurt, and any athlete that's been hurt knows that like sitting on that side when you really can't do nothing is the worst feeling ever. Like all the
Mhm.
time, man, I don't feel like practicing today. Then you have to go sit in a practice where you really can't practice, and it's different. It's different. Like I've spent more time sitting than actually playing.
Wow.
So it's like you start to not take stuff for granted anymore.
Right. You start
You
to
don't
be
want to
so
just
grateful.
right. And don't get me wrong, I still have my days where I wake up, I'm like, man, I'm not trying to practice today. But then I'm still go out there and I'm gonna practice. Like I'm not gonna find no excuse to not like I'm gonna practice because tomorrow I can wake up and not be able to play. And
Mhm.
like going like I don't want to get too emotional, but like going back, like I think about Todd,
Mhm.
especially now, like that baby loved basketball. I don't know if you know Todd, you know she ate like she loved basketball as much as she may have not wanted to. Oh, I
Right.
want to be
You
a
know
little
that's
crybaby.
her.
Yeah, she wanted to be a crybaby, but she loved it. And to
Mhm.
know like, hey, like she fought, she came back, she played, and then one day it was all gone. Like she
Oh my
couldn't no more.
God.
So like now I have my days where it's like you don't want to, okay, who cares? Todd wants to today, so you gonna get up and you gonna do it. Like
Mhm.
that's just how it is.
Wow. I love it. I love it. What advice would you give parents helping their child navigate AAU?
Relax. Relax. It's tough and like I know like a lot of parents want to be hands on and like but I think that and I've seen it happen with like some of my friends. As kids we get burnt out. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen sometimes parents you running up on the coaches. Oh my baby, da, 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 da. Let the coaches coach. In certain situations you just have to let us go through. Because no matter what, and I'm telling you from like a kid perspective, no matter what we come and tell you, that's probably not what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like it's probably actually not what happened. Like, man, coach gave me out of practice just because I was nah. No. What else did you do? You know what I'm saying? So I would say like as much as you should be there for your kid and like be supportive, just kind of let the process take care of itself. Don't be so quick to pull your kid from a team because they're not getting the minutes they want. Like, don't go put your kid on the best team because it's the best team where they don't play or nothing. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let things take its course.
I love it. What advice would you give players?
Just stop crying. I feel like now I hate. Like, I watch AAU games and it's a whole lot of crying and like, you, there's certain things that we feel like when you on the court, you thinking, oh, I got to go get 30.
Mm-hmm.
Coaches don't always want a kid that go get 30. Coaches want the kid that go get 10, have a few dimes, pull
Mm-hmm.
down some boards, and play defense and are good teammates. Like the game is so much more than scoring the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, like you'll get that green light as it comes. And two, here's my biggest thing about like trying to tell younger players this. Coaches do have favorites.
Say it
Absolutely, they have
again.
favorites.
Please say it again.
Coaches do have favorites, and you don't get mad because so and so is coach's favorite, but so and so is coach's favorite because they do everything that the coach asked them to do.
Because they do what?
Everything the coach asked them to do. If the coach say go get a rebound, if the coach say, "Hey, the sky red," that player gonna say, "Yeah, coach, the sky red. If you want to be red, I'm gonna go paint the sky red for you."
Mm.
That's the player that's gonna be the coach's favorite. So if you complain that, hey, so and so get more minutes and they not even better than me. Well, they're probably doing more what the coach is asking them to do. Like, yes, you went and got 30. That's cool. Every coach, you got to put points on the board, but that's not what the coach asked you to do. Like, that's not your job. So yes, the coaches have favorites. I hate to break it to you, but that's just how it
That's a
is.
fact. Now I want you to talk to this junior who finished AAU season
hmm
and they have no offers. They went into their senior year and they don't know what to do. What advice would you give them? And they want to play college basketball, of course.
Right. So the process isn't always like you can take control of your own recruiting process. So if you want to go put a tape together, not no 30-minute highlight tape with all the bang bang ghetto music, whatever if you want to just go put some clips of you getting stops, some clips of you scoring the ball, what you do good, write up a message, hey coach. It's like some schools that are in your range too. If you don't have any offers, don't go text Oregon and be like, hey, like I'm trying to come there. Like yes, you may be able to get there, but find different routes. So JuCo's a good option. D2's a good option. Like there's some real killers that are taking different routes these days. Go like take control. Text the coach. Hey coach,
Mm-hmm.
I played really well. I just don't have anything. These are my circumstances. If you have any room for me, I'd love to connect with you. Like it goes a long way. Make a list of coaches. Talk to people. I'm sure like you built relationships along the way. Ashley, if you got your trainer,
Mm-hmm.
high school coaches, like ask for help, take advantage of your situation, and don't quit. Just don't quit. Don't give up.
Man, this has been one of my most satisfying episodes that I've done.
At 11:50 Texas time.
At
At 11:50
11:50.
Texas time.
At 11:50. I just want to let you know personally, like I said, you are the first current player that I've had and you have helped me just grow in this episode. I have wanted to hold off on current players because I want to do a certain type of segment with current
Mhm.
players, but having you on just made me just realize like at the end of the day, I really need more current players, whether that's JuCo, whether it's D2, whether that's whatever it is,
Mhm.
because like you spoke to me and I know how much you're going to speak to some of these athletes. It's cool to hear from some of the former people who have done it. It's cool, obviously good to hear from some of the college coaches that can tell you. But I look at it as like your mama telling their kids something.
Right.
And almost for the most part going one ear and out the other.
Mhm.
But somebody that's currently in those trenches, you are currently in the trenches and
Mhm.
these kids need to hear it. So I just want to thank you. Like I said, you DM me and my first message was like, yeah, let's do it. Like
Right.
something just told me to say yes. And like I said, you opened up something for me. So I appreciate that. I know this episode is going to get to everybody that it needs to get to. So
Mhm.
I appreciate you. Before we end it, we got to do top five, top five, top five. I got 5 things for you. You just answer it to your best ability.
All
You
right. Let's
ready?
go. I'm
Biggest
nervous.
ick as a player.
Biggest ick. Talking cash money when you're losing.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Stop. Stop. Until that. See me. Until that score about right. Like I know my place. But I don't know. Maybe that's just because I'm not much of a. I ain't lost too many games, and it just get annoying for me to hear it when I'm beating the team by 30 and they try to tell me I suck. I don't know what it is, but I can't stand that. Just wait your turn. Talk to people in your range now. I'm not about to
Fact.
go play LeBron and tell him he's trash now. Like, you got to know. Sometimes it's just best to just play the game. Let your game speak for itself.
I like it. Build your five. It can either be 5 WNBA players or 5 college players. Who you rolling with?
All right. I'm going to go my girls' college. We talking just straight off skill, or we got to go, like, win some
Your
games?
team. Yep. Your team.
Oh,
Win
my God.
5.
Oh, my God.
Oh, we got to go win some games.
We got to go win some games? Okay. All right. I'm going to go Sarah Andrews at my 1.
Ooh.
Shout out, Say. I love you, Say. It's going to be it's going to be too many people trying to shoot. Who cares? Buckets is buckets. I'm going to go Juju at the 2. Let's run it. No, we'll put Caitlin at the 2. Juju, you play the 3.
Okay.
I gotta throw Angel in there just because I need a dog.
Okay.
I need a dog. And we'll go Camilla from South
Oh,
Carolina.
that's a tough 5.
Yeah, we'll go. Let's go. I'm running it.
I like it.
But I don't know who gonna shoot what. I know Sarah like to get her shots off, so do you, but they'll figure it out. If they want to win, they'll figure it
They're
out.
going to figure it out. I like
Dawn
that.
Stanley at the coach, she'll fix it.
Oh, good. I like that. That's good. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Austin, Texas.
Okay.
What? I'm a Texas baby. Dallas. I'll go Dallas, actually. Dallas, Texas.
You moved to Dallas. Why?
I love Texas. I love Texas. Like, people make fun of me for it, but I'm 100% a Texas baby. Like, and all my friends stay in Dallas. Shout out Mike. Shout out y'all. All y'all. I love y'all. Somebody.
Outside of basketball, if you could do anything else every day, what would it be?
Outside of basketball, I feel like basketball is all I do. So I'm gonna go sleep, take naps. I'm gonna go take naps. I can't take a nap every day, but if there was one thing I could do every single day, it would be take a nap. Like, I'm a sleeper. If I don't, like, people call me off, I'm sleep. Like, this is really past my bedtime right now. You don't even understand. Like, you say you be up late, I'm sleep at 10.
You knocked out.
I'm not. My teammates know. I text my teammates. We all live in dorms. I say, hey, it's quiet time. They're like, we can't be too loud.
So you the mom of the team.
They know it. They know, like, hey, don't be in that hallway being loud. I don't want to hear y'all playing music all night. We're going to bed. Everybody go to sleep.
Oh my God. Speaking of music, last one. What is that pregame playlist looking like?
You want songs or people?
Yeah. We'll go with people. People and songs. Just what you listening to.
So, like, it depends on my mood. I have a Drake, like a slower Drake playlist that I listen to a lot. But if I'm trying to get in that mode, right now I'm listening to Dropping Jewels by Young Thug a lot.
Okay.
I'm listening to Texas by Biggest Plug. You can't miss that. That Mexican OT. I'm putting y'all on.
I was gonna say, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I'm trying to put you on. And Huncho. Anything by Huncho, I'm listening to it right now.
Okay. All right. No Rod Wave? Are you a Rod Wave fan?
I like Rod Wave, but I don't know. It's just something about him crying. Like, I gotta be in the mood to hear that. I can't just turn, like, I have to be like, oh, I'm trying to listen to Rod Wave. Like, if you just turn Rod Wave on randomly and we in a good mood, I'm gonna be like, hey, like, are you good? Like,
oh, see, that's the first. We riding together. That's the first thing I'm turning on.
I seen your story when you went to the concert. I was really excited for it. See, I could go, like, I could vibe to that if I knew that's what I was going to. You know what I'm saying? But,
okay, I can see that.
If we sitting there turned up and you just play a Raw Wave song, I'm gonna be like, yo, like, are you good? Like, you need to talk to me about something. Like,
oh my God, and I can get. I feel like I can get hype. I can cry. I can. You know what? That's when I get the most work done. I can turn on Rod Wave and I'm working.
See, I'm a Drake. Like, you turn on Drake, I'm rolling. Raw Wave, I just feel like, don't get me wrong, I have a Raw Wave playlist now.
Yeah.
I do. I think he's great, but like I'm telling you, I got to be in that.
You got to be in the mood, the right mood.
I got to be in the mood. Yeah, I can't just like turn on Raw Wave at 2 a.m. to go party and we be good. No, I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to think about my life choices and decisions and my past choices. I'm going to think. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, that's funny. We start the podcast. Oh, I didn't even, or did I? I don't even think we started the podcast off with it. We went straight into the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Did I ask you what's different in the game? I did not.
No, you did not.
We just went straight into the JuCo life. It's okay. We didn't ask, but we end the podcast with you, with the guest. What will be different with Aaliyah or about Aaliyah within the next 3 to 5 years?
First of all, I know it sounds crazy, but this NIL money's gonna be coming in now. The family's gonna be fed in the next 3 to 5 years. Mama gonna have a new car, you know what I'm saying? If I'm getting that Angel Reese money, mama gonna have a new house too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be graduated. Hopefully I'm gonna have my master's. That's really the main thing. Next 3 to 5 years I wanna have my master's. I'm not too sure what my major and stuff is gonna be, but I wanna be able to start my life debt free with a great education from a great school. That's the biggest thing right now. So yeah. That master's, baby. I can't wait to get back on here with my piece of paper.
Yes, because you're going to definitely be back on here and we're going to hear and talk about all the things that you said you're going to do. I love it.
Hopefully I'll be a coach by then.
Oh, so you want to be a coach?
I do.
You are going to make a great coach.
I hope so. I think so too.
I can't wait. You're going to make a great coach. Is it coaching in college, coaching high school? What do you want to do? Coaching?
I can't see high school kids different. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I'm not saying that college kids is much better, but I'm not saying that. But I don't know if I can be a teacher and a coach at the same time. So we're shooting for the college coach. Yeah.
I got you, man. This has been good. This has been really good. Tell the people where they can find you, and if you can leave a message, whether that's to a kid, parent, coach, whoever you feel like the message needs to be for, what's on your heart, do that for the people.
You can find me on Instagram at aholmes_25. That's really where I spend my time at. But my message to the parents, the coaches, the kids, I understand everybody has hard days, but you are loved, you're appreciated, you're needed. That's the biggest thing, you're needed. And whatever you do, you're great at what you do, whatever that is, regardless of the day you had. If it was great, you had a great day. If it was bad, tomorrow I'll be better. But you're loved, you're appreciated, you're needed, and we're so thankful to have you here.
I love it. I love it. Make sure y'all follow the podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Actually, subscribe. You have to subscribe wherever it's going to be. Subscribe. Just press the button. Just press the button. Press the button. Oh. Everybody needs to hear about this. When y'all subscribe and y'all like, the algorithm makes the podcast come to the top. So make sure y'all do that. Follow the podcast. Make sure y'all follow Aaliyah. It's Just Different Podcast. It is the #1 podcast for female basketball, women's basketball, girls basketball. We are going to keep bringing you guests after guests after guests who have been where you're trying to go and or have helped countless athletes get there, or like Aaliyah is currently doing it. So make sure y'all tune in every week. We will be back next week.